Well, I'm glad the Army was here tonight, because that's pretty well what it took to get me in here. Come on, folks, it's 2010. To paraphrase Olivia Newton-John, let's get accessible, accessible. I want to be accessible. Now, people are often resentful when they see me stand up from my mobility scooter.
You're not disabled.
I just look down and say, praise the Lord, I'm cured. The other day on the bus, this guy told me that privileged people like me and my scooter are overindulged, and we're responsible for tying up the transit system. I was actually relieved. I thought it was government cutbacks, bad municipal planning, traffic, and here it's just been me all along. Yay! I decided I was going to try stand-up comedy. I thought, I'm not going to be one of those women comics that go on about PMS and menopause, but on May 15th, I was relieved of my ovaries, so I'm officially in menopause. Actually, I'm actually going to miss PMS, because what other excuse do you have to eat chips and chocolates and be a cranky for 2 weeks? And 1 week ago today, I split my incision from my original surgery. So, yeah, a good comic is responsible for keeping the audience in stitches. This time it's the comic that's in stitches. And on May 5th, I had the dubious honor of turning 53. I also shared that birth date with Karl Marx and Tammy Wynette. No wonder I get confused. The other day I found myself thinking from the Communist Manifesto. Social progress can be measured by the social position of the female sex. So stand by your man and let him know you love him. How about a round of applause to people that like New Age philosophy? Well, I'm here to tell you that I'm not one of them. And when people see me, they feel compelled to say stuff like, my Aunt Hattie had a heart attack, she was so uptight and stressed out. And I'm thinking, my main stressor is people like you giving me stupid advice. I had this New Age girlfriend, she said that, ginkgo would improve my memory. At least I think that's what she said. And the same friend, like every time I showed up at her house with groceries, she would say, the universe provides. The universe got the credit. It was my paycheck and Superstore that provided. Unfortunately, the only thing that it provided was a Vidalia onion and a can of chunky vegetable soup. And, you know, those of us, many of us here have had contact with the mental health system. So it's really weird when you think about it, because I've had medical problems and diagnosis is quite concrete, but for mental health, it's a bunch of shrinks getting together making up diseases, and calling it the DSM-4. And the labels are really weird. When you're combative, it means you don't like your shrink. And lacking insight means you don't agree with your shrink. And when you get borderline personality, it means your shrinks just don't like you. And here you are sitting there with this guy writing down everything you say so he can discuss it with other shrinks. And then he has the nerve to call you paranoid because you think people are talking about you. Okay, as a woman of size, AKA a fat woman, I get fed up with all the fat jokes. So I decided to turn the table and make average-sized people jokes. Don't get me wrong, I mean, some of my best friends are average-sized. And they're nice people when you let yourself get to know them. And hey, it's not their fault, it's their metabolism. They just can't help it. They just burn off all the calories they consume. And the reason they're such sloppy dressers is that they can walk into any store and buy anything. We fat people, we really have to pick and choose. And so many beautiful average-sized women complain about their bodies, and I'm supposed to lose weight to be like them? And they say fat people have no self-control, but I've been laughed at and called names, and I haven't killed anybody yet. Now, is that not self-control? Thank you.